I dig in the dirt. Shovel, shovel, shovel. I got my spade, I got my hoe, I got my rake, and I'm ready to go.
G'day and welcome to the Garden Gurus. I'm Trevor Cochrane. Now we have got a sensational program packed full of great local gardening advice for you today. A bit later on in the show, Kim Sirius is going to talk about soil nutrition. Mel, she's going to show you how to save water in the garden. And look, the whole program is packed full of brilliant gardening advice. That's what we're all about. So let's not talk about it. Let's get on with the show.
Digging around.
Poorly connected hose fittings are a pet hate of mine. I can't tell you how many times I've turned on a hose and had it leak or burst at the fittings, drenching me and any innocent bystanders. So I reckon this is one of the best inventions ever. Rather than buy the hose and fittings separately and put up with potential leaks, why not get your hands on a PermaFit hose? Check this out. The fitting is crimped on in the factory, so as you can see, it's not going anywhere. This is a feature that's unique to Pope hoses, and it means they prevent leaks and burst-offs. The join can withstand high pressure or excessive pulling, and importantly, you don't constantly have to undo and tighten loose fittings all the time. And if the hose outlasts the fittings, simply cut off the old one and replace it with a new connector, just like a traditional fitting. The True Blue garden hose has got to be one of the most popular. It's also great value for the home gardener. And the hose and fittings are both UV treated. The hose itself has got reinforced braiding for extra durability. Then there's the Tricoflex Tap Ready, which is brilliant for all-round garden use. It also comes with plastic PermaFit fittings that have been UV treated and a medium-duty hose. Take another step up to the premium. This one comes with brass fittings and a heavy-duty garden hose. The hose itself has got a reinforced wall and a kink resistance rating of 7, so it's difficult to kink. It's also got a 15-year guarantee. With a universal tap adapter like this one, it's tap ready to go and guaranteed to perform. Then there's the Rolls-Royce of hoses, the Superflex, an extra heavy-duty garden hose that's durable and flexible for regular use, with a kink resistance of 9 and a 20-year guarantee. So if you're the kind of person that likes to water your garden and not yourself, then a PermaFit hose is the perfect choice for spring.
Pest control in a garden is a necessary measure. If you don't get control of them, well, they can undo all the good work you've done to get your plants growing healthy. All gardens have pests, even healthy ones. And the problem is, if there's lots of food around, well, pest populations can explode. So you do have to take control. The good news is there have been insecticides developed that are soft on beneficial insects. The question is, which one is the right one for you? MaxGuard kills insects on contact and protects plants from future attacks. It is a systemic insecticide, which means it's absorbed throughout the entire plant, roots, leaves, and even future growth. Should an insect attack a plant and consume any part of it, the sap will be ingested and the insect will die. Applying MaxGuard can be done a few ways, although it's always applied over the foliage. The ready-to-use 750ml spray packs have been the most convenient way for spot treatments. But now you can also buy the new 5-litre pack with a battery-operated continuous spray wand for larger jobs, as well as the 1-litre concentrate. The wand being battery-operated means there's no manual pumping of spray, and the nozzle can be adjusted to differing spray patterns depending upon what you need to treat. The extended reach allows for easier application to the difficult-to-reach spots on large shrubs or smaller plants. Pests such as thrips, which affect flowers, and mealybug, which can infest roots, leaves and branches, are no match for MaxGuard. It controls them beautifully. An application at the beginning of the season will break the cycle and leave your plants in great condition. It's safe to use indoors and outdoors, so you can prevent infestations right from the start. Remember, always check out the safety directions and also follow the instructions on the back of the label. Now, one thing that you do need to keep in mind is don't go spraying on days that are going to get over 32 degrees Celsius. There could be a bit of a burn. And one other thing, spray in the early morning or late evening. That's when bees are least active. They'll be back in the hive. There's no risk of them coming in contact with the spray. But remember, if you're using a spray like this, well, it is low toxicity.
These are Davidson plum trees, and this is a Davidson plum, a quintessential Aussie bush food that's native to the subtropical rainforests of Queensland and northern New South Wales. More great garden advice coming up after the break.
How good would it be to have a consistently healthy pool? Imagine having an energy-efficient pump, a robotic cleaner, a brand new sand filter, and a professional to install it all. And while we're dreaming, imagine having a year's worth of maintenance from Poolworks. It doesn't have to be a dream at all. All this could be yours by simply going to the Garden Guru's website and telling us in 25 words or less what makes you a healthy pool person. Then this healthy pool prize pack worth $6,000 could be yours thanks to our friends at Poolworks.
We've introduced you to Lemoniceous and Sublime in past shows. Now they're dwarf trees that grow no larger than 1.5 metres with a similar spread. Both trees are great in full sun but do equally well in part shade, and if you want to grow them in a pot, you should get your hands on this. This is the Georgian. Now it's a self-watering pot from Dacor Corporation, the Aussie company. Now they've led the way when it comes to self-watering technology, and the way it works, well, there's a water well down here in the bottom. Now there's a little hole that goes right down the bottom and the soil gets right in amongst that water and it acts like a wick, pulling water up around the plant's roots. This is a terrific way to water your plants over a long period of time. And of course, when you've got a stylish pot like this, you can't go wrong. The Georgian is a contemporary style with straight lines that make it ideal for a patio or balcony. It comes in 3 colours, but I've chosen pewter. Now the potting mix you use is absolutely critical to success. Now you can get a specially engineered potting mix that, well, it's designed for tub and terracotta, and that will do a great job. But you could also use cocoa peat. It is a wonderful, wonderful potting mix because it retains moisture so well. The thing with it is you have to make sure you put some of this Troforte in. It activates it full of life and puts lots of minerals and essential nutrients in the soil as well. I'd recommend you place the pots in full sun for best fruit results. A quick watering in with sea salt to settle them in properly, and then a fortnightly feed with power feed for the first 6 months will see the plants grow to their best size. One question I do get asked a lot is, can we let this plant go straight into fruit? Well, the truth is it's going to produce flowers pretty quickly, and yes, it will produce fruit, but my general opinion on this is a bit of short-term pain will produce a fantastic long-term gain. Pick the fruit off, enjoy the smell of the flowers because they do smell fantastic, but take the fruit off, allow it to develop a huge frame, and then it's going to hold great crops. It's also going to have the root system to be able to support the development of that fruit properly. These are absolutely wonderful plants to grow in tubs, and this has got to be the best way to present them.
Wouldn't it be nice? You open up your electricity or your power bill and you don't get the shock of your life. Now more than ever, Australians are looking for alternative ways to reduce their energy bills, and we don't have to look too far. Solarhard has been recognised as the leaders in solar technology for the past 60 years. They are famous for their solar water heating systems, which currently save Australians between 50 to 90% of their hot water energy use, and they are now leading the way in solar power. But the question I found myself asking is, which system would be best for my family and for my back pocket? The answer is easy. Why not look at both of them? Both solar hot water heating and solar technologies are cost-effective ways of reducing your energy costs. And for that reason, I should look at both of them. It's simple. Solar power uses the light from the sun to generate electricity, which replaces the electricity generated from fossil fuels. Solar water heating uses the heat from the sun to heat water, which can significantly reduce your water heating costs. Combine the two systems together and you'll soon be saving energy and money. When making an investment in your family's future, you definitely want to obtain expert advice first. So Darren, at what point in the building process do I start thinking solar hot water systems and solar power units?
Well, Todd, effectively the sooner you make the decision to go solar in a building process, the smoother it is as part of the building process. We can incorporate the solar hot water and PV electric systems. We generally recommend to most homeowners the solar hot water first, as conventional gas and electric hot water systems can consume as much as 25% of the household's energy needs.
So Darren, they look pretty organised back there. What have they got set up there?
Well, Todd, they've got a 300 litre roof mount solar heart with 2 panels. That's ideal for a family situation. We also have the option of a tank on ground system with just the panels on the roof. You'll notice at the front of the home, the north facing roof there, it's a 7 panel, 1.8 kilowatt solar heart PV system. We have a range of size systems to suit a number of people living in a home.
There are still government incentives available at the moment, and companies like Solar Heart can offer you great finance packages, making the investment in getting free energy from the sun even easier.
If there was one problem with having a giant mandarin tree in the backyard like this, it is the size of the tree. Now, getting up and down ladders is not always the ideal scenario, but the good news is if you've got a small garden and you want to grow mandarin, why not get it on a dwarfing rootstock? It's called flying dragon, and you'll find them in garden centres right across Australia at the moment. Great way to have citrus trees that are nice and compact and perfect for small gardens. Coming up after the break, more great gardening advice on the Garden Gurus.
Have you thought about making the switch to getting energy free from the sun? Well, compliments of Garden Gurus and Solar Heart, you could win one of 3 prize packs valued at up to $5,000. The prize includes your choice of a Solar Heart solar water heater or a Solar Heart power PV system, and the prize includes installation. All you have to do is head to our website and answer the question, what is Solar Heart's slogan? It's that easy, and before you know it, you could be enjoying energy free from the sun.
Small gardens present one of the biggest challenges. You see, you need to create a focal point in the garden to stimulate the senses of the visitor. And that's where moving water is so good, and why this is such a brilliant innovation. It's called the AquaPro Patio Pond, and it's a 3-piece design that can be used as a pond or as a pot water feature, and setting it up is as easy as a 4-step process. Now, the first step is the hardest. You have to dig a hole wide enough and deep enough to set the pond base into. The hole needs to be at least 300 millimetres deep and 700 millimetres wide, and your goal should be to set it into the ground level with the soil. You need to backfill around the outside, making sure that it's nice and level. And if the lid is sitting just above the soil level, it's absolutely perfect. On the inside, you've got this central support here. Now, this is absolutely critical. And of course, you've got your pump and your tubing. Now, that central support is absolutely pivotal because it is the support that's going to allow you to put something heavy on top, in this case, a feature pot, and it can hold up to 80 kilos. Tubing goes through there. You know what? We're ready for a pot. And the great thing about the AquaPro Patio Pond is that it comes with a pot conversion kit. Now, this helps transform a pot into a water feature as it makes ceramic watertight. The next stage is to fill the pond up, and this will be the well for the water that spills out from the water feature. You add some pebbles, or in this case a decorative white quartz rock, and set it out over the top of the insert, and you can plant out around the outside edge of the pond using marginal water plants or even lily-like plants like daylilies. Now, if there was one thing that's a problem with these types of liners across the top, it's if the pump below gets a bit of debris in it and it doesn't work properly, you had to pull the whole thing apart to service it. But this one has got a very special design. You see, it's got a little trapdoor on there which allows you to reach in, pull the pump up, do any work on it, and then pop the trapdoor back on, and it's all done. Very clever. The whole feature is robust and strong. Being plastic, it's durable, so any bumps are not going to chip or crack it. And best of all, it looks sensational. Exactly what you want as a backdrop to the area you enjoy most in your garden, the patio.
Pool safety should be every pool owner's #1 priority, not just at the swimming time of the year, but all year round. So make sure you take the time to get it right, check with your state legislation, and make sure that your pool and spa is safe for everyone. Check that the fence is secure and in good working order with no loose screws, panels or palings. Make sure the pool gate closes by itself, latches securely when closed, and isn't being propped open with bricks, sticks or stones. At the first sign of any wear and tear on your hinges or latches, get the team from Poolworks out to check it for you. Now for your chemicals. They must be safely and securely stored out of the reach of any children, and make sure that you don't stack them on top of each other, because if there's any spillage and they combine, it could end in disaster. Next cab off the rank is to ensure that your CPR sign is up and visible, but more importantly, that you and your family have up-to-date resuscitation and first aid skills. This could be the difference between an accident and a tragedy. Adult supervision and a secure pool fence are the best ways to keep your kids safe, but teach them how to swim. They'll get confidence out of it and you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that if they get into trouble, they'll be able to get out of it. If you have any doubts at all, give the friendly team at Poolworks a call and they can come poolside to help you complete a home pool safety checklist. Happy swimming.
Our series sponsor, Scenic Tours, has some amazing destinations in its catalogue, but one that you will love is the Amsterdam to Budapest journey. Not only do you cruise in absolute luxury on one of the scenic spaceships, taking in Europe's beautiful countryside, you get to visit some incredible cities and, most importantly for me, gardens along the way. The history here is fascinating, and the Palais or Garden Palace in Liechtenstein is one of those places you just have to visit at least once in your lifetime. The gardens feature Baroque-style principles, so they're formal yet open in their layout. Scenic also provide a very special experience in their tours, known as Scenic Enrich. And here you can enjoy a glass of Austrian Sekt, a unique Austrian-style champagne in the Palais Liechtenstein, while enjoying an enchanting private Viennese evening concert featuring the music of Strauss and Mozart. This is an experience you will only get when you travel with Scenic Tours. Remember, a Scenic Tour is all-inclusive. Your transfers, all your meals, drinks, and even the minibar are complimentary. And the luxury cruise ships, known as spaceships, are incredibly comfortable, and the food from the 3 restaurants on board is simply delicious. The early bird offer has been extended until the 31st of October 2013. Don't miss out on your chance to fly free to Europe.
These little beauties are blood limes, and they're a cross between the native finger lime and a mandarin. They were bred by the CSIRO, and each bush produces a bounty of these oval fruit that are packed with flavour. And like all citrus, they need good drainage, and these do really well in pots. After the break, more great garden advice from the Garden Gurus.
If you'd like to get your hands on some of the great plants in the Touch of Class collection, check out the Touch of Class Facebook page. Enter their competition and you could be taking home a spring pack of 10 plants chosen for you by the experts.
Whenever I come across a plant like this with stunning foliage and flowers that's easy to grow, it always grabs my attention.
This little beauty is called Hebe Pretty in Pink. The real feature of this plant is the young foliage, which is a stunning burgundy colour and a great contrast to greens and silvers in the garden. But the flowers are really pretty too. Racemes of soft pink blooms which appear sporadically throughout the year. It's also got a nice compact shape, almost ground cover-like, with growth to about 30 centimetres high but with a good 90 centimetre spread.
Now you can grow it in full sun or part shade, but if you want the best colour in the plant, then grow it in full sun. It also likes well-drained soil, and if you give it a good trim back after flowering, you'll keep it nice and compact.
Once established, it doesn't require a lot of water. It even copes with frost. So if you're looking for beautiful, long-lasting colour, you can't go past Hebe Pretty in Pink.
I introduced you to a new decking option a couple of weeks ago. It was my choice for our display garden at the Perth Royal Show. It's a product made of recycled plastic bottles and FFC certified plantation bamboo. Combined as a composite material, it's called Eco Deck, and it's simply brilliant for maintenance-free, great-looking decks. The first benefit with this product is that it's consistent and not variable like timber, making it very easy to install. The second solves the biggest complaint deck owners have. You see, it doesn't need painting, oiling or sanding, ever. It's UV treated so it doesn't fade, and because it's manufactured, it doesn't splinter. It's well worthwhile checking out the enormous benefits Eco Deck delivers.
One thing for certain, roses love a feed. And if you want the best roses in the street, you need to feed them regularly from September to April. And the easiest way to do that is with controlled release fertiliser. There are plenty of good controlled release fertilisers available. However, this Troforte M Roses, Azaleas and Camellias mix works quite differently to the rest. Each prill contains up to 24 beneficial soil microbes and fungi, 60 natural minerals and a slow release fertiliser. Push away the mulch Apply and lightly work in. Once watered, the microbes are activated and begin to colonise the soil, increasing its fertility, health, and immediately start converting soil minerals into plant-available nutrients. Healthy soils mean healthy roses. For your nearest Tray 4-Day M stockist, check out the website. Feeding your plants and building better soil? That makes perfect sense.
Now that water restrictions have been lifted in many areas, sprinklers are well and truly back on the menu. Now, sprinklers in the Pope range come in every style and pattern imaginable. But which one is right for your garden situation? Let's road test a few. So let's start with the Capital and Partner sprinklers, with a weather-resistant metal body and a good 8-metre throw radius. Perfect for small to medium gardens. Then there are the impact sprinklers, which are great for larger gardens or areas where a long throw is necessary. Now this one has an adjustable arc, so you can limit rotation. Even the throw is adjustable, so you can adapt it to smaller gardens. The water tractor is another great choice for large gardens. The arms propel the tractor to move along the floor, following the hose it's connected to. Once it hits the shut-off ramp at the end, the tractor stops watering. The Rainwave and Turbo oscillating sprinklers produce a wave of water from a central oscillating barrel. They're perfectly at home in a large garden setting too, and give your plants a nice even soak. The droplet size and distribution is designed to mimic steady, heavy rain, with lots of time for that water to really soak in before the next pass. Now, the 3-arm sprinkler is also designed to get good, even coverage by throwing out larger droplet sizes. The spray pattern is in a full circle and you get 8 metres coverage, so it's perfect for, say, a medium-sized lawn. Or, if you're after the perfect adjustable sprinkler, this one could be for you, the RainTech sprinkler. You can adjust both the arc and throw of the sprinkler while maintaining the heavy rain patterns that you get with an oscillator, which is great for circumstances where, say, you only want to water the lawn and not the pavement. Remember, you can find all sorts of really useful information on the packaging, so things like flow rate and throw distance, things to help you choose the right sprinkler and ensure that you're applying the right amount of water to your garden.
Wow, how cool is this? Now, this is the weekend you want to be heading off to a fish and lily farm. And of course, it's a good time to stock up your pond as well. That's it for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. The Garden Gurus is all about new products, new plants, and of course, great ideas, all designed to make gardening easy. And we've got a terrific show for you next week. It's the last of the series. You don't want to miss it. I'm Trevor Cochran. I'll look forward to seeing you then.